What's cool?
You know what? We might need to relog back into Facebook.
Okay, now we here.
We are here.
We here.
It's
We here.
clear.
Sure enough, my dear.
So
Because we
getting
don't
right
have
back.
any viewers right
They
now.
coming.
alright.
Yeah.
Oh, they, oh.
So yeah, but the radio is live and
And they
direct.
always there.
They always there.
Big shouts out to all our viewers.
always, and forever.
And
Big
we,
shouts out to everybody who be shouting us out because I be getting love.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And they be like, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, man, I love y'all in the morning. People, oh, I recognize y'all. I don't know where from.
Right. So I know you, but I don't know where I know you
All the
from.
love, we appreciate it.
You feel like a little mini celebrity walking in. Aren't you on the radio?
I heard you on the radio.
Yeah, I
we
hear
going
you
hard.
on the radio.
And we do it for the community.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely. So yeah, so if you're listening on
Pay attention.
Facebook,
If
look,
you
somebody say
listen-
still can't hear you on
If
Facebook.
you listen, pay attention.
Pay attention, y'all. So, all right. So look, go to put it in the chat that they need to go to 99jamstheberg.com, man. Listen live. You can hear it on the radio. That way you can see it.
99 Jams Burger Live.
99jamstheberg.com. Put that in the chat.
And y'all know what today is.
You just tell it.
Wednesday, right?
Yes, today is
Ain't
Wednesday.
this a-
What's on your mind?
Wednesday.
This ain't a hump day?
Wednesday.
Hump day, yeah, hump day, and what's on your mind Wednesday? We replacing
But we don't got the thing
hump day
for the phone.
for what's on your mind Wednesday. Yeah, look, we got a show to do, man. So this day in history,
Go ahead.
Where?
electric chair malfunctions. It's actually in the back seat of my car. If you want to really go through one, or no, you got one here. Hold on. Yeah, the
Hey,
electric chair malfunction.
And he lives.
No, he didn't live. I think this reminded me of a movie, the Green Mile.
Oh.
But it says on May 4th, 1990, Jesse Tafaro is executed in Florida after his electric chair.
Yeah, he had one. He
After
had his
the
own.
electric chair malfunctions 3 times, causing flames to leak from his head. Talafero's death led to a new debate on humane methods of execution. This was in 1990. Several states ceased to use the electric chair and adopted lethal injection as a means of capital punishment. As of the 20th century came to an end, some states were having difficulty finding experienced executioners, while others were unable to find technicians who could repair electric chairs.
David Chappelle tackled
The
that show.
move toward lethal injection was also problematic since there were a few qualified people who knew how to construct a proper system. If done incorrectly, an injection containing a combination of a paralytic drug and lethal dose of potassium chloride can paralyze an inmate and result in a painful death. Tafero's botched execution was far from an anomaly. In Alabama, Horace F. Duncan's execution was prolonged 19 long minutes while sitting in a broken electric chair. In July 1999, Florida inmate Alan Lee Tiny Davis, who weighed 344 pounds, screamed in pain during his electrocution while blood poured down his shirt. Authorities later claimed that the blood was the result of a bloody nose.
Terrible. Good morning, Shayna.
Good morning. How you doing, Shayna? And so, yeah,
And think
This
about
day
it. In
history.
1990, that's 31 years ago.
it is.
Yeah, he's still doing it
that's
right
like
now
recent.
today.
Yeah, that's not a long
That's
time
not
ago.
in 99.
Yeah, that's not.
1999.
We're gonna party like 19. Okay.
Right. Okay, got it. No, I'm just
Making sure they can hear.
yeah.
Oh, well, what I did?
Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Hold
There
on.
you go. Oh look.
Oh yeah,
they
they can hear.
Yeah. We all the way up. Okay, got you. We got a couple things happening, so I don't know what that is.
Well, we'll do it when it needs to be
We
done.
do it when it needs to be done, y'all.
So, what's the top story? Dave Chappelle.
Okay,
Okay, I missed
that's
it.
that's not a
Let's
top
go.
story. It's our top story.
But let's go with it.
But
It's what's on your mind Wednesday.
Yeah. Because the top story is like something everybody talking about. I think
Yeah.
They're gonna be talking about this.
they're gonna be.
We just in front of the line.
Yeah. This
Okay, go ahead.
breaking news, right?
Dave
Wait,
Chappelle.
breaking news live from the Tampa
Bay.
Bay Breakfast Club.
Blah, blah, blah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Gotta make noise.
Okay, go ahead.
Go
So
ahead.
Dave Chappelle was tackled
Okay.
after making a joke. He was tackled actually by a fan
Okay.
in the audience after making a joke about Will Smith and Chris Rock
He was on stage and got attacked.
and got attacked. Boom, 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 boom.
I told you.
They beat the
I
dude up.
told
They
you.
beat Dave
I told
Chappelle.
You told the comedians to watch
I
out.
told them. I said, man, y'all be careful. These people think it's gonna be all right to run up on these stages.
But boy, some of these comedians got hands.
Okay.
They got jokes.
But they ran up on Chappelle. What happened after
You
they
know,
ran
I
up on
wanted-
Chappelle?
Yeah, they tackled him and threw him to the ground.
Good morning, Miss Teresa. Okay, so the security got
Good
to him.
morning, Lily.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's a good thing, but not a good thing because people are being bold, right? They saying, yeah, we running up here. We don't like what you're saying. We don't come up here and see about you.
But I'm gonna say, if you don't like what they saying, don't come to their show.
No, I'm gonna say it like this here. Keep your hands on them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that.
keep your feet off that stage.
Don't put your hands on them.
If I ever am on the stage and you run up on me,
Oh, you run up on them, you get these hands.
ever on them, like, and they got the whole like, look, no, we are advocating peace.
Okay,
and
but
love
if
and
you
harmony.
run up, no.
What's on
If
your
you
mind? What's on your
What's on
mind?
your mind? You run up on the stage.
I'm
Run up
telling
and
you,
get done up.
run up, get done up, right? Run up and get done up.
Kiana got goons in the crowd too now.
Yes.
Y'all seen when when girl tried to run into the NBA and the dude tackled him?
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah. One of those
And the
moments.
NBA basketball game,
Yeah.
she was coming in, he was like,
Hey,
not
no,
on my
not
watch.
today.
Boom.
Not today. Not today.
So you know what's on my mind tomorrow. Now this is so crazy. I'm not even a drinker, but tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo.
Okay. So what is Cinco de Mayo?
I just feel like everybody's gonna be drinking all day.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't celebrate that holiday.
Cinco de Mayo?
Okay.
I don't know nothing about it. It's nothing disrespectful.
I
I
mean,
think
yeah.
it's like to me. I feel like I'm like do and margaritas all day.
That's your Cinco de
That's
Mayo
my
experience.
Cinco-
Don't you say June drink?
I know, but that's how it in my mind. How it goes is that people are
Coronas?
listening to like
Coronas and
like
lime?
going like do
Right.
and drinking margaritas
They
and
doing the city
and
boy?
tequila shots.
Doing the city boy?
City boy with it.
City boy with it.
City- you
They
know.
doing the city
So
boy.
anybody
Gotta
know?
be a
So
tell.
tell me what y'all doing for Cinco de Mayo. Tomorrow's my auntie birthday,
Okay.
Happy early
Right.
birthday.
Happy early birthday, Auntie.
right? Tomorrow's Larry's birthday. Oh, I see my brother on there.
Okay. El Simba. I see
Good
you.
morning.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Good
yes,
morning.
yes. On 9.
Tag
huh?
a friend.
Yeah.
Call a friend. If you at work right now, turn it up and tell them this is Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and you rocking with us.
Right.
So-
727
Okay.
637
Uh-huh.
2416.
What is it? 727-637-2416.
That's what
That's
you
what we
said.
said.
No, I thought I heard you say 727-637-2416.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. And people can just call in and tell us
Just call in.
What's on your
Whatever
mind?
on your
what's
mind. That's the
on your
beauty
mind.
of Wednesday. I mean, we kind of let you talk on Mondays too, but
Don't say the wrong thing. Don't say the wrong thing.
So that's a lot going on. So, by the way, did you know
no, I did it.
Did you know that landlords in the city of St. Petersburg, Florida, can no longer refuse to rent to tenants with housing vouchers or Section 8?
Wow.
As of April 15, 2022,
So
it is illegal for a landlord in St. Pete to deny a tenant based upon legal sources of income.
Yep.
If you have been discriminated against, you can report your violation to the city of St. Pete's Codes Compliance, 727-893-7373.
So I remember when that first became like a point of advocacy,
Right.
maybe 17 or 16,
Yes,
or
sir.
something like that.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I can remember. Yeah.
Well,
It
when,
might predate us, but yeah, I remember.
but when it came up
like
during
17,
while we
18.
was around,
Yeah.
and
And I'm learning to say that too, because I've been saying stuff that like we've been doing that we said never been done, but then I talk to older people and like we were doing that in 1967.
Ain't
Yeah.
nothing new under the
82.
sun.
And we respect
Yeah,
it.
and I respect it. So I
Definitely.
don't want to make it seem like we kind of the
So-
only ones,
Like
that
we
ever,
invented
like we the only
pancakes.
ones that ever tried to do something.
And the point of that was so that people with a housing voucher couldn't be denied simply because of the housing voucher.
Right.
It was really attempting to say money is money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't discriminate from the source of the income
Yeah.
of where a person is getting their money from or where they're getting their down payment from.
Exactly. You
So-
couldn't exclude them. You can't exclude certain types of income.
Yeah.
Because they didn't count it as
Yeah.
income. They didn't count a voucher as income. They wasn't counting government assistance
As
like,
income,
as
yeah.
income.
And then they'll
So
deny you
so-
for it.
Yeah.
So wait, just clear. So anybody can take a voucher?
No, you cannot
You cannot
deny
deny somebody
because of
as a
the
landlord. You can't be denied as a voucher.
because of the voucher.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying
Because
like,
because
even
they
if
was
your
denying
house,
people. Yeah.
so even if your house is not set up for Section 8.
Yeah, they got vouchers for down payment. They
Now,
got
that's a
vouchers.
good question.
That's
But
what I'm
they,
saying.
no, they got
Well, you know.
vouchers for down payment.
So
what
they'll
they-
have
Okay.
a down payment, but then they have to pay
The
their
rent.
own rent
Yeah.
each month.
Okay.
So what they're saying, they're not gonna deny. You can't be denied
Because
because
of
it's
that.
not physically
Money.
your money.
Yeah.
And that was the thing.
Yeah, they said money earned. So here's the thing: they can't discriminate based upon any legal income, such as money earned at a legal job, a housing voucher from a housing authority, government assistance, which is Social Security or disability, alimony, child support, or an inheritance, investments, including retirement. Like those are sources of income that have to be
Yes.
included when you saying,
Yeah.
can a person afford this place, right?
Yes.
Because they base it upon your income. But if they exclude income, from a voucher, then they say,
It's really where you. It's like this.
good morning, sweetie. My wife
Boom.
is on.
Somebody
I
come
saw
in.
it. I wasn't even gonna speak first. I was gonna let you do your
Do your thing.
Good morning. Good morning.
yeah.
So what it is when a tenant will come into an office or something and be like, okay, boom, I had your first, last, and security part. I mean, the down payment, but it's a check from a Social Security department, or it's a check from
From an agency.
yes, it's a check from Gulf Coast.
Okay.
Or our
Or
Florida.
like POC
or whatever,
yeah.
or Opportunity Council.
Okay.
And
So they
then,
probably came up with the idea they should not rent to them because of that. But they probably came up with it like,
Erica, what's up?
hey, can you afford the rent now? That's
no,
what
but
they're saying.
but that's what they're saying. It's not saying you can't afford it. It's saying that your down payment or some money or some help is coming from somewhere else.
And you know what? Just because think first, last security.
Mm-hmm.
If rent here
Yes.
is $1,500,
That's
like somewhere around there, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You pay that 3 times, right?
Yeah.
When you get first, last security.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your security is just as much as
Your rent.
your rent, right?
Yes.
So we're looking at a good $5,000, like you said. Plus, you gotta pay for your lights and your water, right? You gotta get that, and then transfer
deposits and
all of that other stuff.
Yeah, true.
So then, really,
Like
even if you can't afford the $1,500 each month,
Mm-hmm.
you probably can't afford to move in, because at this point you would have had to been saving.
For a minute.
Yes,
But
especially
because-
if you're a single household.
And then you got
That's why the income from an agency or from somewhere be very important.
right, and that's what they were saying too. Like one of the things that we don't really talk about a lot is the cost burden. It's like when they say if you're paying more than 30% of your income to housing, they consider that cost burden.
Okay.
And it's like 50 or 60% of people in Pinellas County are severely cost burdened.
So
I can see that, and
Yeah.
then they
but
want you
first
to
gotta
make
break
3
it down.
times
If you
your
make it
rent,
3 times, so 3 times.
but
your
everybody
check.
not.
So if you get $1,500 a month, let's say
I'd say it this way: if your rent is $2,000 a month, you need to be making $6,000
You do.
in order for them to say that you good,
Qualify.
that you
no,
good.
I know that, but
Yeah.
it was like 30% of your income. It's like, okay, if I'm paying $1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say 33% would be $500.
Yeah.
So if $1,500 coming
Yeah.
into the house,
Yeah. I got
and you pay
I see what
over
you did.
$500, you're paying more than 30%.
Yeah. If you're
So
okay,
that's how
I
I was
got
trying
you.
to explain.
Got
If you make $1,500 a
And-
month,
and
you
you
should be paying $500
No,
for
but
rent
if you
for housing.
pay more
Yeah.
than 500,
Then you cost burden.
then you cost burden. And then some people are paying 11, 12, 1,500.
Yeah.
And I'm
bringing
gonna
in
say this,
15.
And making yeah, you bringing in 15, paying 15.
Okay, I'm gonna say this again. The people who make it happen.
Good morning, Angela Brown.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Angel.
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 Respect.
But the people who
Yeah.
Who make it happen
Yes.
yeah.
with the 1,500. Kudos to you.
No,
Cause
more
like,
than
no,
kudos.
I mean,
I'm
cause
trying to
y'all
tell
was
you,
really
boy.
like y'all whipping it and
Whipping
making
it
magic
real hard,
happen.
making it
Like
real
y'all
hard.
doing, cause you got kids. Like you think about it, you're paying your rent
Mm-hmm.
plus your utilities.
Yeah.
Plus living.
Plus living, getting your kids where they need to be,
Eating a little bit.
well, maybe you buying your kids
You might-
something and then you taking little bites of theirs, pretending like you ain't hungry. Let me taste some,
So-
but you're not feeding yourself, right?
Right.
And then you still probably got them in some type of sports. right?
That's to help. That's almost like a daycare sometimes.
Right, you
You know
know,
what I mean?
so and then you're making it happen with the bare minimum.
Right.
So if nobody else told you this, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Kiana, Jabbar, Brother John, say we are proud of you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Appreciate
We're
you.
proud of it.
Proud
Okay.
of you. I'm proud of you.
And I want to say this here. We look at it like this. When people are cost burdened in such a manner, it puts a strain on the whole community. It puts a strain on all the resources in the
Absolutely.
community.
Absolutely.
That's where a lot of stress comes up. 'Cause a lot of times people got to do something to get that money.
Yep.
They got to bring another form of income in, side hustles, anything.
All of
come into
that.
play. The playbook is open.
Right.
When you got
Multiple streams of income,
Multiple.
like Shayna just said. That's why she
She
has
said-
multiple streams
that's
of
you
income.
got to
Yeah,
because-
multiple.
You have multiple. You
Listen.
have to be really creative. This is where like cooking on Sunday out your house comes.
Yep.
you know-
The car wash is.
The front yard car
So
wash.
did y'all
Yeah.
ever have? Because I know growing up, I was a flip lady at one point.
What?
Like I sold flips.
Hustle lady.
Right, and then shout out to Miss Honey. She's still
Okay.
living. She was the candy lady, right?
Yep.
And before I went to
Y'all
the
was on the
DMV.
same block.
No, we weren't. So I used to have to walk past the
Yeah,
house
that's
to
good.
get to the school bus,
Yeah.
right? I used to stop by Miss Honey's house in the morning. She would front me her candy.
Oh, she give you
Oh,
cash.
She
she
would
put
give
you
me
on.
candy in the morning.
Nah.
And then I would sell it at school and come back when I get off the bus and give her portion.
So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say Miss Honey ain't right.
Miss
Honey ain't
Miss
right.
Honey got you out there like
Listen,
that.
if it ain't the Girl Scouts, if it ain't your church, you shouldn't be getting no packages from nobody
Man,
returning.
Miss Honey say, Miss Honey say, get this work, girl.
Get this word.
I had blow
on the
pops.
game.
I had blow pops. You know when the
And you grew up to be a candy lady.
That's what happened. You grew up to be a candy lady.
Set
Now.
of flips.
My wife was the bean pie lady for a while.
That's what's up.
We had little dollar bean pies,
Uh-huh.
and this one I told y'all a story about how we moved into Blue Nile Apartments 2020 back in the day.
Shout out to 2020 apartments, man.
And, yeah, we moved in and like set up shop. The Muslims did, and so we were changing the culture. And my wife was the bean pie lady. We had them dollar bean pies, boy. She used to be banging them boys.
Listen.
So if y'all got like things that y'all did when you
For
were
side
young,
hustle.
yeah.
Yeah. What was your side hustle?
Okay.
Like, how did you get money, right?
Right.
And preferably legal. We don't want
Please,
nobody
no.
incriminating themselves.
No, don't come in. Yeah, we ain't got
We
those.
don't want you
Lawyers
incriminating
in it.
yourself.
So I think I talked about this before when Cheyenne was younger. Her
Mhm.
side hustle besides music.
Oh, yeah, was cutting grass?
No, she was a garbage girl.
Oh, see, I know.
They cutting grass.
She was a garbage girl.
Listen,
So
Cheyenne
we
was
made
cutting
a
grass.
flyer, we put it in, we dropped it off at all the houses, and if you wanted the service, you had it hanging out,
That's
and
dope,
then
though.
so she
I
pulled
always
it out
like
of
that
everybody. Garbage can on trash day, and then pulled it up, and everybody paid her at the
And
end of the
see, as
week.
a father, I don't know how I would feel about my daughter doing that, right? But
So she did the whole block.
She did the whole block.
Listen,
around
I
the
love
neighborhood.
it. The
Yeah.
hustle,
And so, like how you have to take it back and put it back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do it for you.
I'm trying to really peep it because I got 3 boys, so I'm trying to.
Yeah.
What kind of game you can give?
Yeah. I'm still.
Yeah, and you make it
Some
really
come-
inexpensive. You know what I mean? Like it was like $2. Like they ended up paying like $10.
So they
But what
tip. Yeah, they tip.
They gave her the money, and then what happened is people used to write her checks,
Right.
and then and they'll pay for the full month,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll just
They
make
didn't do it
sure
all month, yeah.
and do it. And so and she did this for years.
No,
That's
that's
true.
called subscription.
Years
That's
and years.
subscription based.
Now so hold on. Let me see. El Simba says it's because we are extraordinary, creative people. We make it happen no matter what they place in front of us. Power to the people. On 9.
Now that's my brother, right? And that's who I named my son after, Jared.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
respect. I dig respect.
Say I referee and do CNA as my side hustles. Okay.
Listen,
On top of my main job,
I hear that.
I got 3 jobs, but
I don't
Me-
get tired.
I got 2.
3 jobs, but me from the islands.
So what I do,
And this is Carol.
what I do, I think my job is my side hustle.
Okay.
Because I think my prime thing is my filmmaking and this work that I do right here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And
Right.
then my job is like the side hustle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta move it to the front.
Yeah. Gotta move your.
I gotta
yeah.
kind of rearrange it because we got a lot going on.
Okay.
And yeah, I always had like several income streams.
I mean, it's kind of
out
a
of
necessity.
survival.
Yeah,
You have to.
it's a necessity. So you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Jamesburg, y'all. We also got L'Oreal coming. She's gonna come in and talk about this family.
Culture books.
Yeah, culture books. St. Pete Reads, family, literacy,
Wasn't she on
engagement.
Oprah Winfrey?
She'll tell us when she get here. Because it was something big
It
though.
was Oprah Winfrey, I'm telling you.
Okay, so she was on Oprah Winfrey.
I'm just, I don't know.
Mr. Evans said it.
No,
Look, I don't know.
no,
You
gonna go ahead and
Well, no,
he said Mr. Evans.
No, this what but listen what he said. He said,
You saw Kiana was quiet.
watch this. Let's rewind the tape. He said, was she on Oprah Winfrey? I said, I don't know. He said, yes, she was. So he said it. I don't know. But when you
I
asked
don't know either. I'm not going
and then he was like, yeah, she was.
What kind of person answer their own
was.
question? What kind of person answer their own question live on the radio?
No, it's a lot of people do that.
On the live on the radio.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, my wife been teaching me how to listen.
Ah.
And boy, when you just sit and listen, listening is her superpower.
Uh-huh.
And she teaching me how to listen. And boy, I'm telling you, you just listen to people. Oh my God. But anyway, St. Pete Reads, Family Literacy Engagement Study is for youth caregivers, literacy stakeholders, asking that you share your experience with reading programs. Here's the thing. Share your experience with reading programs to help us improve community programs in St. Pete. Participation, it's a 90-minute discussion. You get a $15 gift card, a meal, and a swag bag. You can sign up by calling 727-328-4822, and she's going to come in and talk about it and tell us. I actually participated in one that was I think it was Monday, and really good stuff, man. Great questions and a good conversation just about literacy and the way that we improve, the way that we can improve it in our community, what our experience is as a community. And then seeing how we can do something about these programs. It's actually Culture Books Literacy Foundation in partnership with the Barbershop Book Club.
Shouts out to T. Brown.
Yeah. So
That's the whole staff. Cause
yeah, they got a team, man. All right, so we're gonna talk about it. Roe versus Wade.
Oh.
So in the black community, it's called abortion.
Not just in the black community, in every community.
But I'm just saying, who
I'm talking about the
who
case.
know about the case Roe versus Wade?
Okay, go ahead.
There's a lot of people know about it.
I'm just saying, I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying it's not not a known situation, and we feel because we know other people know.
I kind of beg you do.
Oh.
I think we know what when you say Roe versus Wade,
As
people know
much-
it.
and I'm in- if
Yeah, if you politically astute.
No,
and
I'm
you
gonna say this.
political-
I want to say why I'm gonna go over here on Brother John's
That's
side
10 people.
is that because abortion has been such a hot topic.
But that doesn't mean Roe versus Wade.
But what the first thing they say when they do,
People don't know what they're talking about.
no, they know that Roe versus Wade
Got
means
something to do-
abortion.
got-
They might not know
the
the
ins and
intricate
outs, yeah.
details and all that other stuff because they be like, oh,
That's not abortion thing. I like what you. So I got what you're saying.
yeah,
It's
I
just,
do get what you're saying.
but I'm like, if I see Roe versus Wade on a billboard,
You don't know
I know it's
I do,
abortion. I know it got something to do with it.
because
we us.
we are politically astute,
Okay.
politically able.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you kind of got to know that
Okay.
in this field.
Okay.
Okay.
But outside this field, you don't have to know that.
Okay.
You don't got to know that to go get an abortion. You don't got to know that to not like abortion.
You don't.
Right.
You
You
know
know.
what I'm saying? You
I'm
don't
just
gotta know
saying.
the case.
I think it's more people who know what Roe versus Wade means than not.
But for the people
What does
that
it
don't,
mean?
let's go.
Wait, hold on. What does Roe versus Wade mean?
It's the abortion thing. Right? I mean, I don't know what it means. I just know that's the abortion.
It's the federal government that then dictates
I got some notes.
right
sir.
here. So
Okay, thank you.
I got a few.
No, I'll do the go ahead.
I love it. It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. So the Supreme Court has voted to strike down the landmark Roe versus Wade decision according to the initial draft majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito that circulated inside the court and obtained by Politico.
It was a big leap.
Yeah, huge leak. So like unprecedented.
Yeah, they
thing.
said they don't do this.
Yeah, they say this don't happen. And so they said the draft opinion is a full-throated, unflinching repudiation of the 1973 decision. Listen up, y'all. This is what Roe versus Wade was. 1973 decision, which guaranteed federal constitutional protections of abortion rights, and a subsequent 1992 decision, Planned Parenthood versus Casey. Largely maintained the right. Largely maintained the right. Roe was egregiously wrong from the start, is what this justice is saying. Um, we hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled, he writes in the document, labeled as an opinion of the court. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives, basically saying it's up to the states to
It's up to
decide.
the state. So like Florida new law that just came through to say that you can't have an abortion after what?
15 weeks, is it?
15?
Is it 15
I
weeks
don't
on the
know.
back?
Whatever.
Yeah,
it's
this is not an
ridiculous.
issue that I really follow, and like really, I mean, it's a lot of people that really follow it, and they
It
enter
does.
the like they double click on it, but I don't really like double click as much. So
Hey,
help me.
hey, come
Y'all
on.
can help me. Come on in. Come on,
Get right here.
come on in. Come on in. Come on.
Come on, come
in.
on, come on.
Mr. Evans, you can probably
But you-
grab that one.
But you know what's kind of crazy is that for people
This mic.
to tell you, you can't what to do with your body,
Yeah.
right? And y'all know now I'm pretty consistent.
But
I'm
laws,
pro-choice,
laws tell you what you do with your body.
but this is like
Oh,
I'm
all laws.
very pro-choice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like do what's best for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Respect.
And like for you, if you can't afford a child, no, I don't think abortion should be a
About
form of.
affordability.
I don't think it should be your form of birth control pill,
See, I'm
right?
sitting there. I'm just gonna sit still.
No, I'm gonna say I don't
I'm
think
sitting
it
still.
should. Now this is just my opinion. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look, hold on.
it's
Let's say the qualified. The views expressed on this program,
is not of 99.1 gender.
they are the views of the Temple Bay Brothers. Exclusive. Thank you very much.
You spoke in the mic that wasn't there.
Yeah. He did speak in the air mic and we couldn't hear it at all.
Just chill.
But no, I don't think that you should use abortion as a birth control pill that every time you get pregnant, you run to the abortion clinic. But again, it's your choice, not mine. Do whatever you want to do. That's just my opinion. But I also think that it should be my choice if I get pregnant, if I bring a child in the world, right? And then on top of that, you want to sit there and talk about like how society has to take care of these kids and all that other stuff. So you want to force women to have kids that maybe they cannot afford. Let's say you have a 2-parent household who has 4 children already, and then a oops baby came.
Okay.
Right, and now
oops baby.
They might, because oops baby is like because people get their tubes tied.
Man,
and
most of us was oops babies.
Yeah, but some people, parents get their tubes tied. Kids, mothers get that, and then they end up getting pregnant. And then this happens. I know a lot.
That's what the oops. I thought I had a whole different idea of what oops. I didn't know it was like really a thing. I thought oops baby was like, oh, baby, I'm pregnant. Like,
no, but that could be that too. But I'm just using that as an example.
That's so there are multiple types of oops babies.
Yeah, but however, it's oops, you wasn't expecting it, right? But now you're looking
How did we
at
even get here?
because we talking about Roe versus Wade.
Okay.
So
That's
listen.
an update for the listeners who just tuned in. Y'all talking about oops, baby.
So this is oops, baby, and you already have a household of 6, 4 children, 2 parents.
Okay.
And then we already said that in the black community right now, you're looking at the average of what we said, 40,000, and the living wage in St. Pete,
the median income
right here, right?
40,000.
It's 40,000.
With
So
6
two
kids.
people make it 80, but they should be making 160.
Okay.
If they where it's supposed to be at.
Yep.
And now you can't afford to bring another child in his life, and you're thinking about the overall, and now they want to go and have an abortion. And then a lot of times you don't find out until after your first month.
Okay.
So right now your hands is tied.
Because I did see that, and then this is what El Simba says: adoption. Girl, stop killing the babies.
Ooh. Hey, hold on. Because what I was gonna say is, I don't have ovaries, so I really ain't got a lot of like conversation in this. But like, I grew up. Listen, I grew up thinking like this, right? Because I think I was a oops baby.
You probably would.
You know what I'm saying? Young parents. I think my mom about 20
Most,
something.
I
was the third
like
child.
Are.
I would have been the one to get.
If it was
just the reality.
Yeah.
Financially, you're looking at their finances, living with people, house, know what I'm saying? From family member to family member. You got your third child, baby. I'm gonna tell you what to do.
Yeah. And see,
I'm gonna tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And
that was a big thing too.
I'm a miracle baby.
That was like a big thing.
Listen.
And I guess that's the other part of it, right? So like back in those days, like prior to 1973, when this law was passed, if you had an oops baby and you wanted to have an abortion, you had to know like somebody who would do it. And it was like neighborhood and
and that's like
it was like hood doctors or community people who would perform abortions and you know what I mean? It was like them backdoor abortions and kitchen tops. It was like real gruesome and brutal, just again from what I've heard and all of that stuff. Like,
how old you was in 73?
But this is what's gonna know. But I'm gonna say this
I got here.
So this will go back to that to the if you can't legally have it, and then you're gonna probably have backdoor doctors.
And that's what they're saying. It's not safe, and people die.
It's not safe. And then to hop on to girl do adoption, right? I mean, that's an easy step from a man who doesn't have to carry a child and bond with the child, gain the weight, and being pregnant is not the easiest thing. You gain weight, you have high blood pressure. It is because you gotta sit, you enjoy it, right? And sometimes it's not a healthy thing for women to carry. So that's why I say it's pro-choice.
It's
consideration. I'm not saying that abortion is the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like give your baby up for adoption is the wrong way. But what I'm saying is you have to do what's best for you.
Yeah. And not having that option legally
is not what's best for you because you got to weigh your decision.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, I just think this is I think this might be the issue that caused the second Civil War.
Really?
I think this is that type of issue.
Okay, because people
become fanatical. And once people become fanatics about something, it's easy to manipulate either side.
I remember they used to bomb the abortion centers.
Listen, it's still like be like on the lookout at them centers.
I don't know if I told y'all this story one time.
Tell us after the break.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I just realized it.
It's 8 o'clock. Oh, we gotta take a break.
So we're gonna take a break. No, just like we gotta pay bills.
I'm probably gonna forget.
Tell me.
I'll tell y'all.
Don't forget
Facebook will listen.
Okay, Facebook, y'all listen. But here's if you're not on Facebook, here you go.
Okay, so
War Peace Report.
Kind of a funny story. Kind of. I take somebody to the abortion clinic, right?
Ain't that funny? What's funny?
No, let me tell you
why you want somebody to funny story.
It is kind of funny story.
The first thing you say,
So I take somebody to the abortion clinic because this is their choice, right? And so they got the people out there. Yeah, don't do it. We'll take you. Go down the street. We got money for you. So,
that's what they was telling the person.
They be having resources.
Some white person looked at me and looked at them and said, Black Lives Matter.
Wow.
Funny. You evil.
So you at the abortion clinic and have an abortion and they tell you Black Lives Matter.
After they told you to go down the road, they had money for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? The Black Lives don't matter any other time. But like right now, you like Black Lives Matter.
I saw a post that it had like a ultrasound picture of a baby, and it said, "When you say all lives matter, are you talking about me?" You know what I mean? Like that was one of them pro-life type deals. And
I'm one of the people that's more pro-life than not. Yeah. But I still believe that it's their choice.
I'm telling you, it's a dividing issue.
Everything is a dividing issue.
Listen, what other issue do you got people bombing the facility besides like racism or something?
People ain't bombing for racism though.
They shooting.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The abortion centers.
Even though Democrats control both houses and the presidency. This is
high alert because they don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Oh, they can't hear us on Facebook. They can.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, they can because the words
remember we had the other part.
Oh, yeah, they can.
This morning we had a little technical difficulty. So yeah.
But you're right. 90% of the community probably wasn't playing.
That's right.
Oops babies.
That's what I said. Yeah. I think I was an oops baby.
I might have been. I don't know though.
I probably was.
So when I had my third child,
we can ask our parents.
Right, when I had my third child, I know what everybody was telling me and my baby mom.
Well, they kept it.
She
So
was
I guess
probably
that kind of
23. You get what I'm saying? On her third child. My mom was saying 23, 25 on your third child.
right.
Y'all don't own no house.
Yeah. So you number 3?
I was third.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. I know it.
You know you was
I
baby.
call all my children miracle babies.
Right,
But y'all all guys.
You know you were.
Y'all all guys. So
I might have been playing though. I'm trying to give myself the benefit of the doubt.
You weren't playing.
I don't know. Some people was playing it though.
I don't know.
Some people, yeah.
I know my
we gonna have one more. We gonna have one more. All right. We gonna do one more.
So keep trying for the boy.
We gonna do.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep trying for the boy.
But I can say this.
Maybe that's why they call the girl Mrs. Because you were shooting for a boy, but you didn't hit it. You missed.
Oh, that was your joke for the day.
That's bad joke. You know, I told you, y'all know I'm a granddaddy, right? The misses. That was a miss. Why do they call women miss?
Because they call y'all missing.
Okay, right. This was master. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but well, I'll tell you, my first baby was an oops baby.
Okay.
My second baby was an oops baby.
Okay. That was it. Yeah. Oops babies. Huh?
So all mine, because I was a teen mom, so clearly it was an oops.
Yeah.
And then I was an old mom.
Okay.
So then
Older. Look,
Yeah.
you said bars. So y'all, you know my position on abortion, like what you said though. It's I don't think it should be used as birth control or as a matter of convenience, right? Or the way to excuse irresponsibility. But like if you sick and you know the baby that's the other thing too, like when they say you can't afford it, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like you can't afford to have a baby. Like, and that's a reason to have an abortion. Like, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, and I guess that's the God.
That's rational. That's
It's the idea that like you will make a way
because
God always provides. Like,
but everybody's faith is not as
but
strong.
they had like 10 children.
But listen,
and I bet you probably 8 of them was oops babies. They found a way to make it happen.
But listen,
like
they didn't have a choice either.
Yeah.
They had people in the garage.
It wasn't on the menu like this.
Yeah.
It's on the menu now. You
gotta
get out the back door.
It's like the first question: what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And then you start running down.
And then you got to think about this is a really this is not like no black and white situation. You know, you think about you have 9 and 10 kids, and like you look at some of them are great households, but then some of them are terrible. When you have the kids that resent their parents because they were never there. And then they did think that their parents was horrible parents, but they tried to do whatever they could to provide it. Only thing they could really do for them is just get up and give them a simple house and maybe a hot meal.
Yeah.
Other than that, they could not give them the tools to be successful in life because where do they have the time?
But that's
personal. Then you have that.
But that's personal. If you resent your parents and they kept.
But I mean, this is when you look at this conversation.
And then here's another way to that. Here's another
right.
branch on that tree. You have that, and then you also have that person that go on and cure cancer, or that person go on and cure AIDS, or that person go on and create a cell phone, or that person go on and solve some huge human problem. Where if this person would have been aborted, that solution to that problem would not exist.
Right.
You know
so we look at it that way, but then
go ahead.
And then
not through that person.
And then with that same person could have been called the Ted Bundy.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta
I'm sorry.
Without the guidance, so a
You
lot
kinda blew
of
my mind
times
with that one.
I
wasn't ready.
the wrong hand.
FCC.
You know what? But
Yeah.
with this Facebook, you can do all that.
Okay. Oh wow.
But you know, like you without the proper guidance, you fall into the wrong hand.
And then
anything is possible. So you look at it, yeah, it could be great, but then we can have, the next Trump.
But see, I like
also your home life has a lot to do with
everything.
How you exist in society. Yeah. So that person who's going to cure cancer, did they have the tools at home and they're transparent?
But some people just endure and overcome
they
stuff.
do.
And they have
Good morning,
and they have they have all the conditions that's supposed to make them fail, but they still the parents necessarily weren't there.
Yeah.
Didn't have the family heritage. And
you
then,
have all that. You have all the
survival
people,
story.
but then you have the ones who've had everything and then don't make it out either. So
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah,
and this
yeah.
is the thing about life.
They call it
It's a,
counterfactual inference.
it's a gamble.
What the what?
Because you never really know.
You have to write that down.
Counterfactual insurance. What it is? Insurance?
Counterfactual inference. It's like you could just kind of make something.
Oh, that's
whatever you want it
alternative
to be.
news.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that could be one too. All right, so let's take 30 seconds from Facebook, and we're gonna get back.
Because this is a governor's race.
All right, welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John,
This is Kiana.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
and we have a guest in the building.
No, go ahead. No.
After you, ladies first. Ladies.
No, I was
first.
gonna say if y'all are looking, we have somebody special in here.
Yes. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey y'all, hey, this is L'Oreal J. Holloway. I am the founder of Cultured Books, a pop-up children's bookstore located on the Deuces. I am also founder of Cultured Books Literacy Foundation, where we inspire the youth to engage with literacy experiences. So we have programming each and every first Saturday at Thomas Jack Jackson Rec Center.
Okay, so settle this for us. Were you on Oprah?
No.
Okay.
I don't know who said that, man. I be telling people to stop.
The owl said it.
I be telling people
Who said
The
that?
owl.
Okay. But you were on somewhere like it was like a really big
stage.
stage.
Oprah's book club Facebook.
You was on Oprah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I feel you. I feel you.
Tomatoes. I probably would have
We
been
didn't
like,
sit
Oprah, my
down.
friend.
You know, I got an email.
So wait, say that you were shared on Oprah's book club page.
Yeah, Facebook page.
Okay.
So you kind of was on
That
Oprah.
is kind of
I
like
mean,
being
we
on
didn't have a
Oprah.
sit down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay,
don't
okay.
Yeah. But you
She
was,
talked about you.
look. So this how you say it when you advertise it, when you put it in lights, what's on Oprah, and then at the under that Facebook page, like,
Yeah.
as seen on Oprah's Facebook page.
That's what
That's
it's
Right.
saying.
Right.
No, stamped and approved by Oprah.
No, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Chosen by Oprah's book club.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna work it out. Hold on.
We're gonna put that in the headline. That's when we reshare the show. Like we got
Yeah.
as featured on Oprah.
For real, as featured on the Oprah
The
Winfrey
show.
Facebook page.
We gonna say it's a little low.
Stop it.
We don't even have to say Facebook page. We could just say featured on Oprah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I said.
I
They
like
tell me I was
They'll-
wrong.
They'll double click to see
For
if it
where?
was. But we're here to talk about this St. Pete Reed's Family Literacy Engagement Study.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. What's
Yes,
happening with that?
so St. Pete Reed's Family Literacy Engagement Study, it is really a study where Cultured Books Lit Foundation, my organization, we partnered with Shaping the Early Mind, Barbershop Book Club, and Thrive by Five to really engage in our community to seek out some community input. So to understand what are the barriers to family literacy practices, and then how we as community organizations can improve our own programs and also give notice to other organizations on how they can better serve Black families and youth in South St. Pete.
It's dope, and it's the way that you can actually register and get how like if people want to participate because it's a schedule. I was in one. That's what I was like.
Yes,
man,
I'm so thankful for you. We need more male voices. So right now we're holding focus groups through the study. So we're talking to youth, caregivers, and parents. And youth can be aunts, uncles, older siblings, and then also literacy stakeholders. So stakeholders can also be educators, mentors, community servants. So we're having multiple focus groups. This is our last week, so we have one today at Childs Park Rec from 6 to 8. We'll be speaking with caregivers and parents and also youth.
Okay.
And then we have a final focus group on May 7th at Enoch Davis, and we'll be speaking to all groups different times. But yes, we would love for you to register.
Okay.
Love for the community to register. If you come out, it's like a 90-minute discussion. You get some food, you go away with $15, a meal. You also get a swag bag filled with the book selected by Barbershop Book Club. So really dope experience.
It
For us
is.
to
That's what's
need the community input to do better for our children.
Now, because this is for children, do you help the parents out? Because a lot of times and tell me if I'm wrong, is that like a lot of times they don't focus on the literacy because the parents can't read themselves.
Okay.
So when you're trying to train your children and then help them with reading, as a parent, it has to be embarrassing when you can't read the same word that they can. So then they can't sit them down and read it.
And so you don't do it.
So you don't do it. And so then it now becomes a generational thing.
And I'm glad y'all were mediator, because that's what Barbershop Book Club and different things are. They kind of mediate between the parent and the child in their reading.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with these discussions, we have everyone separated. So we'll just be talking to the parents and caregivers. And while we're talking to parents, we're trying to seek out what are their barriers, and their barriers could be not being able to read. But we're trying to engage them, seek their input. So when we have programs out in the community, that it is accessible for them on any reading level that the parents are on as well. So seeking their input, not just assuming that all parents are either reading on the same level or above with their children, or they may not be even speaking English. They can be dual language.
Okay. Yeah, that's a thing too.
That is a thing, because when you're thinking about
your parents monolingual, but the children going to school bilingual. Interesting. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's a lot of, when you break it down, because when you come in there and we're doing, because parents want the best for their children.
They do.
Right? And then as a parent, if you can't read and then you're saying, hey, how can we help your children read? I don't want to come in there if I can't read and say, I can't read.
Yeah, it's a barrier.
Yeah.
It's definitely a barrier.
That definitely is.
And when you say caregivers, what do you mean? Like, how are you defining that? Like,
So caregivers are anyone who kind of like cares for the child. So that can be an older sibling in middle or high school that is at home with the child while parents or grandparents at work. Caregivers can be also grandparents, aunts, uncles.
So I used to call them guardians. When you used to have to sign stuff,
yeah.
It was like parent and guardian. But we saying the caregivers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like you taking care, you making it happen for them. And then when stakeholders, literacy stakeholders.
Yeah, so literacy stakeholders, anybody invested in the empowerment in of Black youth and families academically, supporting them. So we're talking about educators, mentors, tutors, anybody just touching a child through their community program, youth pastors, all of that, community leaders too.
No, I love that. I like this partnership piece because it says Culture Books Lit Foundation in partnership with was it Thrive by Five, Barbershop Book Club, and it's another one I can't.
Shaping the Early Mind. So Shaping the Early Mind is a local STEM program or STEM organization. They host programming at Campbell's Park.
Oh, that's it. No, and I wanted to lift that up because they always talk about how we need to come together and unite on these things, and this is an example of different organizations uniting to really address an issue in the community. Yeah,
well, right now there's so many programs out there, so many great programs out there, and we're all doing our own thing, which is needed. Like, we can't, one organization can't touch everybody, so we need multiple programs. But right now, through this partnership, we've started the partnership off small, getting the study going. We'll also have we have focus groups right now. We'll have a survey, and then we'll have a final report in the fall. But through that, we will also, seek out more partnerships with others. We'll seek out more partnerships with others just to make this thing happen. Literacy rates for Black youth and families is just not. It's not moving the way it should.
Right.
And we, as a community, can't just depend on the school to help our children. And like you said, with the parents, we need to find ways that we can also help parents so they can engage in literacy practices with their children and families. So
I like it.
I love it
because it's so important. And then we talk about why the Little League football is overwhelmed with parents, and because this is something that they're comfortable and it's something that they know, and it's something that they feel like they can pass on to their children, and so they know that the back of their hand, right?
Right.
But then when you're looking at the literacy of that, if they're not as confident in there, they veer away from it, right? And so we have to find a way to make it that the parents now are comfortable and that they can, so that they can do it. Because again, St. Pete is full of resources.
Yes. So
Right. There's a lot of programs out there and we talk about it all the time, but then a lot of people do not show up to these resources, but then they go to the activities because it's so easier to go out there and mingle. But we have to figure out a way, and I don't know how that is, to close that gap.
Yeah, you're definitely right. So even with this community input study, with these focus groups, we're going to find out how we can better engage our community on things that they want to experience. So yeah, that's a big key. We can put out the most amazing event or the best ideas, but if our community doesn't want to participate, then what good is it? So we're seeking input from them. Like, how can we engage with you?
You know, so just an idea. I don't know if it works since we're talking about it, because we don't know what parents can't and can read. If you start the engagement and say, hey, let's teach as a family.
Right.
And then somebody comes in and then y'all start at the bottom and go through all the sounds together as a family and don't separate it. And so like, hey, we're going to teach your children and make it seem like it's a whole thing. And then the parents are now, they're not embarrassed and they can't say that they don't know, but then they learn with their children.
And then too, though, you know what I'm saying? I feel like.
Wait, that don't sound like Mr. Edmonds. Who is that?
Oh, no, this ain't Mr. Edmonds.
Who is that?
I said, slid up in the cut. You know what I'm saying? This is for the Reno more in the building, man.
What's going on?
And peace to everyone out there, gave my voice. I think we need to get something geared around teaching the parents how to do it, right? Like there's certain programs that teach early childhood development to young parents because a parental guidebook didn't come with us when we had kids, but they have them now.
Right.
And so the same thing in regards to teaching our children, I think the parents need to be taught how to teach because the saying is never changed. It's an old saying. The old saying is sometimes it's good. You know what I'm saying? Which a child should learn more at home than it does at school. You see what I'm saying? But when there's a blockage in education at home, then that's how we can continue to see this reciprocated throughout our community, as far as in the ignorance being passed off. You know what I'm saying? When you start a new job, you know, the person who's the skilled worker at the job is literally, other than the supervisor, the one who trains you. And so when we're producing a better community, we have to first start at home because these are the people who are producing the people for our society.
I love that. Yeah, and I think that's what you said about male voices. And so Reno, tonight, what time is it?
Tonight it is.
It's not tonight is not the one for him to come to.
Well, you are a parent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll definitely love to have you tonight. We're speaking to parents and caregivers, also youth. So for your kids.
Parents.
I'm
gonna lean into this microphone. Parents, if you out there, come to Child's Park tonight and participate in this family literacy engagement study.
You a parent, she a parent, he a parent, she a parent. Hey, all the parents, man, come on out, man.
And bring your kids.
Yes. Thank you.
we got a world too. That's why we gotta change the culture in our community, man, because you can hear what people don't like and what people are sick of. And when schools start, you know, it's kind of sad that you see so many people celebrating that the children are gone finally. I understand when they eating out of the household, right? I understand that part, right? But a lot of times, a lot of our parents didn't want the kids. And so they look for every opportunity to push their children off because they don't like kids. You know, there's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, our cousins we grew up with, they said, what was your little kids? I don't like kids.
Yeah.
I don't like kids.
I don't play with kids.
The one who said they don't like kids got the most kids. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So that's how it continues to be reciprocated for our community.
The one who don't like kids got the most kids.
Got the most kids, man. The person who loves kids the most is the one who has the issues and can't have kids themselves. You see what I'm saying? So they're always giving their heart out. That's how society. That's how the nature does it.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, you come in to share your experience with reading programs, help us improve community programs in St. Pete. You can call 727-328-4822. That's how you sign up. Is that?
Yep, you can sign up by phone. You can also email sprstudy@culturedbooks.org. And you can also sign up online. So just visit www.culturedbooks.org. And that's Cultured Books, CULTUREDBOOKS.org.
Now a question, because they have to sign up, if people show up that hasn't signed up.
Yeah, they're definitely welcome.
Okay.
How important is reading? I don't know what book I was in, but it's the author said that a person asked Bill Gates, which is at the time was one of the richest men in the world, one of the richest people in the world. And the question was asked of Bill Gates, if you could have a superpower, what would you want it to be? And Bill Gates' response was the ability to read books faster. All right, y'all? That's how valuable reading is. You know what I'm saying? Your next idea is wrapped inside of a book, you know what I mean? But you never know until you start to explore.
The ability to read book fast.
And that's something some of the wealthiest people on the planet Earth are adamant readers, y'all.
Right.
So find something to do.
And so at the workshop, I participated or the focus group. What are some of the like questions or kind of the topics of discussion, just so that people who may be because sometimes that'll put people off. Like
yes. So simple questions like. Well, maybe complex questions. So, like, what
complex.
What do you think, as a community, we can do to be able to, for Black youth, to achieve a desired literacy rate? So, what are some ways that the community can come together, or what can we do to help youth and families achieve a literacy rate? Also, simple questions like what are the best ways to reach you all? So asking youth, asking parents.
What's the best way to reach you?
Yeah. So whether it be social media, flyers, door to door, like drop-ins of just information on how we run programs.
Right.
Simple things like that. Also, like, what do you want to see out of community programs in St. Pete? Because, like I said, we can have the best ideas and put them out, but what would our community like to see? Right. Whether for their children, for themselves, for their family.
Oh man, I love that. What would you like to see, Kim? You're a parent. What would you like to see?
I don't have a school-age children.
You still want to see something?
No, it just come. I was doing something. You like boom.
Reel the back in.
Come on back.
No, actually, I mean, I would like for parents to be more involved.
Okay.
More than anything else is that the parent really get invested into their children's education.
Parents become massage therapists, man. I mean, I'm just saying, extremely hands-on.
No, you really know. Yeah.
It took a minute. I'm like, okay.
No, I know
it was going.
It was going somewhere.
Look, but hold on. But when I do that, though, y'all call them dad jokes. They call them dad jokes when I say stuff like that. That's how they do me.
I mean,
you got me around, but
why do you call girls misses? Because there was a miss, it should have been a boy. That's what he said.
Wow.
That wasn't exactly how it went. You had to be here.
That's how I heard it.
Rewind the tape back. And speaking of rewinding the tape back, y'all, let me say this real quick. We got to do an identification drop here. So speaking of rewinding the tape back, make sure that you can go to, if you've missed it, if you're joining late, you can catch the replay on Tampa Bay Breakfast Club Facebook page. So you go to facebook.com/Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. You can also listen live on 99jamsthebird.com. Also on the TuneIn radio app. Make sure you go to TuneIn and get that radio app, and you can actually find WUJM 99 Jams, and you'll be able to listen there. Also, you can donate today, advertise your business, or sponsor a show. If you're doing an event, make sure you reach out to us, and you can have the radio station come and broadcast live from your event.
Yeah, so back to you.
Back to you.
Back to the question at hand.
Programming. No, but yeah, I want the parents to be more involved. Yeah. Like you really have to you have to take responsibility for your children. Yeah. Right. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah. What
I have to take responsibility.
So let me.
But we talk about.
So let me ask this question. What are the barriers?
It's our children though, so we really.
That's right.
Take the wow.
Yeah, we really want to come together as a community to help our children, our families.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have to take responsibility for your own children, but we want to, come together with some type of agreement that. Like the olden days where
it takes a community.
Yeah, it
come together with a change.
Really a village, and not just every family is individualized, and just coming together as a community that this is what we want to see from our community. We work together to make that happen.
The individual
how we want it to be, not just necessarily how government sees it or the school, but how we want.
And I like you said, that's where I was going with it, is that we talk about here is that the system is not set up for us to be successful in it, right? And our children go to a place where it wasn't designed for them. And so it's already a bad taste in their mouth because you're looking at the standardized testing, which is now going out the window, that tells our children that they're not smart, right? And then they teach them ways that they don't know how to receive it. So then they already feel like they're behind the 8 ball. So what us as a community, as the parents and the community, us, should do, we have to make it easier for them and give them the tools to be successful. When Cheyenne went to elementary school, I knew how she learned, and I went to her teacher and told her, like, if you lecture, it's gonna go right over her head. She's hands-on, she needs to do this, and if you have a problem with that, please let me know. And then when she started to struggle, I was the parent that went in there every week to the school to make sure that she got what she needed.
Hey man, it's precious cargo, man. It's called Your Kids.
Yes.
Real deal. So we did. Shanitra asked if we could post the or comment with the website and phone number. So I just posted a link in the chat. I posted the Bitly there as well. Then I put the phone number in the chat also. 90-minute discussion, $15 gift card. You get a meal plus a swag bag too, y'all. So we talked about parent engagement, and we keep saying the parents need to be involved. We need to. What are some of the barriers? Like, what do you think? Okay.
Better wages.
They're working. They're working.
Say more about that.
Hours. Don't get paid enough. Need to have time for themselves as individuals. So time can definitely be a barrier. So when you are working all week and there's something on the weekend for your kids to do, maybe you just want to rest and do nothing, not, work your brain and things like that. So one of the things that just my organization in particular want to create a program or create programming that that families want to go to. They don't have to go to like school and things like that. Like they feel like they want to be there. So time can definitely be a barrier.
They can, and then I think just being confident. When the parents don't know themselves, it's hard to teach them.
So you think that they know that these programs are out here, they know where to find them, and they're just not going because they're not confident?
So no, I'm gonna say I don't think that they know these programs out here because they're not looking for them.
So one of the barriers is not knowing.
That's it right there, Kiana. What she just said though is that they're not looking for it too, though.
They're not looking for it.
Not everybody, but a vast majority though.
But
we're not looking.
And half of it
where do you start to look?
But half of it is the reason why they don't know. They don't look for it is because this is an uncomfortability for them.
Yeah.
So then when you have to look in the mirror and say that, hey, I don't know math, I cannot read, you're not gonna go out there you stay away from it.
Yeah.
You just
I think that's a percentage though. I don't think that
not
everything percentage.
I'm not saying all, but we don't talk about this part. We're talking about time and all this other things that that physically prevent you from doing it. But the thing that's mental in your head that we don't address is that it's the insecurity that parents have or people in general. When you are confident in something, you bust that door right open. When you're not, you avoid it.
You create a neural blockage.
Right, and that's the part that we are not addressing.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm here.
That's the root. That's the root.
So what do you say to a person to like get them to understand that? Like
we got to have this conversation right here.
Yeah, they don't know about that. Like they don't know how those programs are. So if they come in like not confident in themselves, are they going to be singled out? And
because nobody don't want to be embarrassed.
It's also we got to just kind of do a heavy influx of caring, right? Because when we start caring, everything changes. Everything you care about, you fight, you scratch, you crawl, you do everything to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So when you care about your community, you'll walk out there on a Saturday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? When you care about your community, you'll stop trashing it so people can stop walking out there on a Saturday afternoon. That's true. We can start doing other stuff in our community. So it's all about caring. You know what I'm saying? Once we give up, then we'll start doing something.
No, it is true. And like you said, and I think for me, I'm thinking that is the bulk of the problem. When parents don't want to be embarrassed in front of your children because your child you're supposed to be their superhero. Like when you think about it, you want your children to look up to you. You want them to see you at the best. And if you cannot strive and give them the best of you, you're gonna avoid that part because you don't want them to see that flaw in you. It takes a lot of a person to say, hey, this is where I struggle at, but I want you to be better. So we have to let the parents know that this is a comfortable, this is a safe place where we're not gonna out you, we're not gonna make you read in front of the crowd to, because if they don't read and then you come out there and you give them a book and they can't read. Sam said not to go down the street. Oh, we got a caller.
Oh, that was your boy.
It's what's on your mind
What's
Wednesday.
on your mind Wednesday? Caller. Who are we
Caller,
speaking with?
They call it from work in the bathroom.
Not in the bathroom.
No doubt.
Good
And
morning,
congratulations
ladies.
on the baby, man.
Congratulations.
I appreciate you, big bro.
So, we're having this conversation. We got some stuff this is a good conversation.
Great conversation.
Great.
Let's talk to people about how to get involved again. One more time.
Yeah, so definitely come out. We have a few dates left. Tonight we'll be at Child Spark Recreation Center talking to caregivers and youth. Caregivers include parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, older siblings. We'll be speaking with them. And then on May 7th, we'll be at Enoch Davis speaking with caregivers, youth, and literacy stakeholders. And literacy stakeholders include educators, community leaders, and youth pastors.
So we got 2 more opportunities. So you got tonight,
2 more opportunities.
tonight at 6 at Child's Park, and then the 7th, that's Saturday?
Yep, 7th that Saturday.
So Saturday. So
Yeah.
Tonight and then Saturday. What time Saturday again?
Saturday, we'll be talking to caregivers and youth from 9 to 11, and then stakeholders from 1 to 3.
Okay, so we're gonna be at Enoch. We're gonna have a long day of leave.
Have a funky good time.
A funky good time.
So listen to that word that she keeps saying, right?
Hallelujah.
Caregiver. When we hear the caregiver, think about somebody that's taking care of the elderly and everything, right?
Yeah.
Let's turn ourselves, y'all, into a community of caregivers, right?
whole
When we
community
care
of
about ourselves, we'll start giving it. We'll give that care to one another.
Give a care. Do you give a care?
I don't even give a care.
Do you give a
I
care?
give a care.
Where Mr. Edmond go? He had he was talking about.
I thought he was going to. I realized I was looking at his phone.
Right. No,
Okay.
because it was something in here that we was going.
So,
It was definitely something that he wanted to lift up and talk about was the and L'Oreal, you definitely welcome to hang out and kick it with us. But he wanted to talk about this redistricting and the maps. Like you following that and what's happening with the
Mr. Edmond.
So when Mr. Edmond get back
politics with Mr. Edmond.
or not, we can just hop on. You got the ex Kiana question?
I do have an Ask Kiana
Okay,
question.
we'll come back to Mr.
So
Edmond.
we'll come back to Mr. Edmond, but we got to be quick. We're gonna have to land the plane. So yeah, this is great. This Ask Kiana question. Let me see if it's a little. I think it was a little long, so I'm just trying to get to it. Let's see. Gotta find my stuff here. Look, when you try and find it, you hit the wrong button and everything disappears.
Ooh, trap door.
Trap doors.
Well, you know why he's looking for it. Y'all know what's coming up on Sunday?
Got it.
Hey man, what to do with the businesses, man? I think it's for the ladies,
Let's do that.
Mother's Day. Okay, go
Mama's
ahead.
Day.
the mamas.
The mamas. All right, dear Kiana.
Okay.
I had only been living with my boyfriend for 2 months when his mother's living situation in another state took a turn for the worse. He wanted her to have her move in with us. I was truly naive and discounted all the negative stuff his siblings had warned me about. They said that she would try to destroy our relationship. Well, she moved in and slowly began a campaign. She made snide comments and criticized me constantly. Her son would confront her and take up for me, so she ramped up the attacks every time he wasn't physically present. She and I had a few brutal arguments, and he confronted her and made her apologize, but I knew she didn't mean a word of it. I told him that while I accepted her apology, she and I couldn't live under the same roof. We took her back to her home state. After we dropped her off and drove back home, he informed me that he had second thoughts and was moving his mom back in with us, and understood that meant that I would leave. I am furious and hurt. He says it's temporary. He minimizes her abusive behavior and blames me for being combative. Should I leave the relationship or am I being too difficult? Ask him.
Okay.
Let it breathe. Let it
Let
breathe.
me just let it simmer
Let it
because
breathe.
my
Sit in
first
it.
thought
Sit in it.
I do because I'm not an advocate to tell anybody to go, but I'm gonna tell you if it's not what you want, leave.
Okay.
Like the things that you want in your relationship, and when you're not getting it, is not the relationship for you.
Okay.
So if you know that there's a problem, and not saying that he's a bad person, but if his mother is his top priority and ain't nobody mad at you because of that, then that means that you no longer are.
Okay.
And if he's okay with you leaving and y'all not in there, then it's time for y'all to take a different path.
Okay.
That's like a key, and that's right off the top of my head.
That's off the dome.
So let me, so like I can maybe think about it and tell you reasons why to stay.
Okay.
But his mother is gonna be his mother.
Yes.
And she's not going anywhere, and that may be a deal breaker for you.
It's a pattern, right? The
know?
sibling said that she was gonna do it. She did it, right?
That's the
And
thing.
it's so like, and even that, like, I mean, to prepare for that, it's kind of like.
Now this how it goes. Loria, don't let him bring my mama in there because my mama gonna try and break y'all up.
Yeah.
Mama get in there and start trying to break y'all up. What'd you do?
I mean, it's a pretty cool movie. I ain't never watched it before. But I think I threw mama from the train.
No, mama. I ain't
Come
know.
on, man, that's an MO, man. I mean, and at the end of the day, you have to. My grandma say, "I don't care how flat you make the pancake, y'all. It's always got two sides."
Right.
Yes, sir.
And so, what you may kind of not be looking at when you like, "Oh, that's my mom's my mom," is that your mom is not a real big champion for your happiness.
Right.
Because what's making you happy and what make your siblings happy is not what's making her happy. What's making her happy is telling jokes and being rude and the only one laughing.
Mhm.
And so that's not funny. And I don't think she should be called a comedian. And so even though she gave birth and she's mom and everything, but she just definitely have to understand that she's a grown woman now and she need to mind her business.
But see, some misery loves company, right?
But some men can't say that to
No,
moms.
they can't, because I
run everything.
personally dated somebody whose mom just really wanted to be the woman in their life.
I see, I've only heard women talk about these guys, right?
I've never.
It's crazy.
I have
And
never.
hold on, Kiana. Mind you, I grew up thinking that a mama's boy was literally someone who just a boy who loved their mom.
Yeah.
Then you get older and you hear about these guys.
Yeah, I've never.
The guys who let their
I didn't-
mom run
I
their
didn't hang out with
relationship
those
is like,
guys, yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Houseway.
They do. I mean, but what happened is when and it can be, I don't know about dads doing this, but y'all fathers, so you could do so like when they see their children as their best friends because they don't have anybody else. So they see them as their man. Their sons end up operating as their man. Like they help pay their bills.
Yeah.
They take them out.
Yeah.
They do all this stuff. And then
kids.
what happened is when somebody else comes in there, the mother feels threatened and think that their relationship and their bond with their son is gonna be ruined
Like
because
Candy
they
Mom?
love somebody else.
Like Candy Mom?
Like Candy Mom. So there you go.
Candy Mom.
Yeah,
She did that. No,
I didn't watch that.
No.
Candy
So
Mom.
you do it. So there is on Real Houses.
Okay, I wanted to. I want to make sure.
No.
Okay.
But she
Her
thought
mom was
was
like this
right here. Like the mom came in and tried to sabotage. But
She looked at
Candy,
every dude that was trying to date her daughter as someone that's coming to get some of her daughter's money, which
But
is what
that
she
can-
was living off of. Too.
but you know what? It doesn't have to be just like it can be your children who does this.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because once you build these relationships and nobody else outside has penetrated it, and when you bring somebody else in, they think that your love is just limited to them and that it changes because you love somebody else, but it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to love multiple people and still be able to still hang out with your parents, but it may not be as much. But I'm going to tell you, everybody has to have a life.
Yeah.
You have to have a life.
L'Oreal, what'd you say on this?
You know, mothers can be manipulative, especially if they're hurt and they have their own trauma going on. So I see that mother as being hurt, and she's still a woman.
She is.
Yeah.
And if the son does need to take into consideration, like what she is actually doing, like.
And maybe he don't care. So what's he just said?
I was gonna say this comment. This comment.
Go ahead, you got it.
No, this is good because this is we talk about flipping the pancake.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Because it says he realized he was tired of the relationship. Period.
That could be,
Dang.
because you know you
That could be
because you know you
Mom
can.
is a scapegoat.
this up.
Because they already.
Yeah. I was just gonna do that.
Look, they already. because that's what it said.
Mom, I'm ready for the fall down stairs trick, Mom. I'm ready for the fall down stairs
Write
trick.
this up real quick.
Because that's what it said. It's like he I'll read it. That's good catch. That's good catch.
I like it because they could be
Look, after we dropped her off and drove back home, he informed me that he had second thoughts. Well, what happened on the ride back home?
By the way, I was thinking
You know
while
what?
we was riding up there and we turned around. Nah, my mama needs some space. Yeah. So listen, now you move back in with your mama because my mama moving back in with me.
If I had to write the movie, this is how I'll do it. This is how I see it happening. So it's like, okay, you driving, you done took your mama back, right? You know, and she's still carrying on. See, I'm glad you did this. And he like, okay. And she just kept keep going. He's like, you know what? Nah, I'm finna just go back. I'm finna just go back. Yeah, you selling like I already done took my mama back to the other state. What you want me to do? What you got? I'm going back to get her then.
No, so in my mind, it's like this. We riding back and you like, babe.
Yeah.
Ooh, we finna get back to normal. Remember? Oh, it's going down and up. Because you happy now. You enjoy. Oh, you ready for the cartwheel?
And he like this, just driving.
He just driving. He quiet. He ain't even happy like you happy.
Look, I'm
Because I'm like, this nigga, you quiet. I'm throwing off.
Yeah.
Babe, you know that thing you like? Ooh, we can do that twice. And you, babe, you ain't happy? Yeah, I was just thinking that, yeah, we finna turn back around and go get my mama.
Yeah, and now she's furious.
Round one.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, it just sounds like y'all are on two different pages.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing because you want whoever you're in a relationship with that value you and want you to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when you get in these relationships, you are invested in and you're not happy, and then you're because you have been invested, you don't know how to walk away.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 Jams morning shows. And as a community-owned public media resource, WUJM 99 Jams relies on the support of listeners like you to keep the shows you love on the air, the doors open, lights on, and continue to put out quality programming in the Tampa Bay area. Please consider making a donation and becoming a show sponsor today. You can do so by going to 99jamstheberg.com, clicking on the donate button, and supporting the movement, y'all. What's the announcements? What else is going on?
So Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Mama Day.
Yeah, Mama Day. You got Mama's Day plans?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I might be at 22nd South.
22 South. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama's
Okay.
Day. That's the place to be.
Okay, that's the place to be,
On
man.
Mama's Day and any day, any given Sunday, huh?
Any
Or
given
any
Sunday.
given Sunday. Grab some brunch over
But
there.
I think if Jabbar comes in, I think they're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Look,
looking at the cake, man.
look.
We're still looking to get it out here popping for
Oh,
y'all.
so, all right,
We're
so
gonna
we
surprise.
can-
We're gonna surprise Mama's
So
Day.
it's a surprise. I'm trying to jump ahead. So listen, what's gonna happen? Follow us on Facebook,
Pull up, oh man.
and you'll see what the fellas got whipping in the kitchen.
Pull up, oh man. We talked about this. We don't want to say it again. If you smell something, y'all, say something. If you smell foul odors in your community, man, please report it ASAP and report it every time. It's not normal. You should not be smelling foul odors. It is not okay. We have a right to clean air and a healthy environment. So please give a call to the Air Quality Division. If you smell something, say something. You can call 727-464-4422 and report any air quality violations that you
Hey,
have.
man, we ain't talking about that. Is that you? Was that you smell? We
No,
ain't talking about
not
that.
that one too. Not
We
that
ain't
one.
talking about that. We're talking about other kind of gases, man.
Yeah.
Anything in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let me give it to you then. I'm glad you said that. So this is what they'll ask you when you call. What time of day was the issue observed? What's the nearest cross streets? And then the type of air quality issue. Is it an odor? Is it dust? Is it smoke or something else? What does it smell like? Like they want to know if it's a chemical, if it's, fishy or oily or sewage. And then if it's intense, like is it mild, moderate, or a really strong smell, they want you to
If you smell it, tell it.
smell it.
If you smell it, tell it.
We should have consulted you on the branding of the campaign. If you smell it, tell it. If you
Straight up.
Smell it, tell it. Yeah.
So and then Friday at 22nd South, Art and Soul. So if you're looking for
Art and soul, man.
So if you're looking for a good event, some great music, pull out. It starts at 9 p.m. Big shouts out to John because he's been doing this for a while.
Nice.
And to see the brother continue to follow his dreams is amazing. So yeah, if you're looking for something to do on Friday, that's it. You can go online and go to Eventbrite.
Mm-hmm.
Art and Soul.
Okay.
May 6th, they say .eventbrite.com.
Okay.
And purchase your tickets. You can reserve tables from there if you're looking for something to do on Friday.
All right, good stuff. Mama Blue had a comment when we were talking about literacy. I want to just introduce this real quick. Mama Blue said, what happens when you are told you're dumb or you can't, and it's generationally passed down? We as a community must step in. Thank you for the program.
So what happens? Was that a doctor question?
It was
No.
just, it was no,
It was
well,
really a
hold on, there's no punctuation on it.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's
Gotcha. So I would just add to this part of the conversation, just more positivity, right? Because negativity holds like three neutrons, right? Protons, neutrons, and positivity holds one. So what I'm saying is negativity holds 3 times the energy of positivity. So you have to triple, quadruple influx positivity into your thought process. So one I can't needs to be followed by I can. One I can't followed by I can, followed by yeah, but last time, yeah, I don't know about last time. It's too much power with negativity in that right there. You'll walk yourself out of that mentally. And so it all starts in the mind though, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Words have power.
Power.
Right. And
Thoughts
so
have
and
power.
whatever you plant is what's gonna grow. Whatever you water. So when you tell your children, oh, you dummy, sit your dumb tail down, they start to believe it.
Here's what I learned. Because they love you and they don't want to disappoint you, they do things to make you right.
Right.
So you say I'm dumb, I love you enough to make you right. I'm gonna be dumb.
And then it's an attention. So if this is the only time that you're giving me attention and you're showing me, because people yearn for affection. And regardless if it's positive or negative, they still yearn for it. And regardless of what part, how you give it, they're gonna receive it. So they want it. So when you are talking to your children, you need to speak positivity in them. Tell them that they are bright, shining stars. When they don't do good in school, don't tell them they're dummy. No, you are smarter than that. Like you have to then, it's not how you, it's how you say it.
It is, because if you're saying you are, I think that's like in the Bible, that those I am statements, right? I am this, I am, who sent you, the I am that I am. The I am has a lot of power, and the you are has a lot of power coming from the parent. And so when the parent says you are, I would say maybe another word, again, just trying to introduce ideas. Instead of saying you are stupid,
no,
you're acting stupid.
Not even acting. So when you
say, you're acting like, but you see what I'm saying? Like, don't say you are. You name the behavior and not naming them. Because if I name you are, I'm going to name the behavior. Like you are behaving stupidly.
And instead of saying stupid,
because you can correct behavior.
So instead of using the stupid word, it's just. But I think you made me aware of this in another situation. It was like stop the violence. He's like, no, increase the peace. Right? So take the violence part of it. No, increase the peace. Take the stupid part of it. You're too smart to not be applying yourself. Like you have to do. You have to. You know what I mean? You have to use the positive word in there to change it. So then they start to believe in themselves. Because again, if you say that's so stupid, all they hear is stupid. They don't hear that was stupid. All they hear is stupid. So then when you hear that, you say, I'm stupid. We talk about the men and the women. I say, I don't like that you heard, I don't like you. No, I said, I don't like that. I didn't say I like you.
I don't like. I appreciate that. That absolutely is a perspective that's needed and valued. And I think it takes practice, because we talked about this. King Rhea and I talked about that.
Yeah, so on that point, so BLC, Breakfast Literacy Community, will have at Thomas Jett Jackson on Saturday from 9 to 11. We'll be reading the ABCs of inspiration for Black kids as I have heard me. So we'll be making affirmations, and you can bring your kids out. Thomas Jett Jackson.
How about that?
Sector 2.
Look at us kind of know what we talking about a little bit up in here.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, final thought. So, L'Oreal, if you had a final thought or a message that you'd like to give to people, what would it be?
Final thoughts would be probably in all that you do, try to take your ego out of it. Like, you know, like just moving the community forward, moving the culture forward, doing better for ourselves, try to limit the ego. It's not about you. Think about the kids. It's about our future. And
Awesome.
Bree?
Yeah, man. So what the system can't do, I don't know. But what it can do is everything we program it to do. So when we change our thought process about what the system is designed to do, we'll become the designers of the system. It starts in the mind.
Love it.
Well, be the change that you want to be, right? Again, write down the 5 things that happen to you good at the end of the day. Y'all gonna be sick of me saying that, but I'm gonna make consistency, right?
Yeah, right.
This is how you change
That's
it.
that one positive.
Yeah, you gotta right at the end of the day, write down 5 things that happened good to you. 5 things that made you smile. 5 things that made you just appreciate life. It could be as simple as I woke up this morning, because we hear it all the time. Somebody planned to wake up and did not. Right?
Wow.
Somebody actually did wake up and still didn't make it to the end of the day.
That's true.
You know, so when you think about it, just be grateful for what you have, because it can always be worse. And then when you write down those 5 things, it makes you appreciate life a lot more. So that's where I'm going to leave it at.
All right, cool. My final thought, man, check on your strong friends, man. Check on your strong friends, because your strong friends might be going through something that you don't know that they're going through. You never know how much pain can really be hiding behind somebody's smile, man. So check on your strong friends, and continue to believe and do good. There's more that needs to be done and needs to be said. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
Hey, man, it's your brother Reno Moore in the building, man.
Hey, I'm L'Oreal.
And we out. Y'all take care. Peace.
Big shots with that.
Who just disappeared?
Yeah, he did kind of just disappear. He hit his knee on something.
Like,
Let it come back.
Reno